I'm Ravi Roshan. I want to discuss some things about engineering different branches and what are the futures and research scopes in different branches. I've seen many guys who always keep worrying, yeah, like I should have taken this branch, I should have taken that branch, I don't want to study this, I don't want to study that, like this. So, based on my past experiences and different government job vacancies, I want to discuss some things about different branches of engineering. Okay, let's start. So we can classify engineering in our on style whatever we want. Basically, people say about core and IT jobs, but there are other fields also which are not among the core and IT. Basically, everything is core if you are studying that subject properly. Like if you are a student of mechanical and you are studying completely mechanical engineering, you are a core student. But in current scenario, many students of mechanical, electrical, or from any branch goes into IT jobs, and they start studying IT. Like in third year, they start studying programming, etc. So they leave their core field. Like in similar way, if any student of computer science start studying some other branch, then he will also be called as non-core student. But if a student of computer science is studying computer science, it is a core. So a vague classification of engineering branches can be classified as core, IT, computer science, and other fields. In core, basically, we have three branches: mechanical, electrical, and civil. Aerospace. Aerospace engineering is more like mechanical engineering because you have to deal with cryogenic engines, you have to deal with thermodynamic principles mostly. Then pressure and fluids are the important chapters which you have to deal in aerospace engineering. Production is more about industrial line. You have to deal with big machines, how the production should be carried out, pipelining of different products. Pipelining is basically what, like the body of car is being manufactured at one place and the tire is manufactured at another place, and then what we shall do, we can put a whole car bodies on a train track, and some engineers will come and fit those tires in bodies, and they will put forward those cars. Pipelining basically speeds up the manufacturing process, and this is crucial part in production. It was introduced by, I think, Henry Ford. So we shall discuss about different branches in forward slides. So IT can be classified under IT and computer science, and electronics and communication can be classified in core also, or in IT sector also, because it depends what you are taking for future research fields. Other fields like mining, petroleum, bio-related engineerings like bioscience, biomedicines, biotech, biochemistry, and these all are only available in IITs in general, IITs, IISc, and in some NITs only. Geology, geophysics are the all, I mean fascinating branches are this. Metallurgy is available in IITs and NITs everywhere. So let us discuss about mechanical engineering. Mechanical engineering is the core part of engineering and will be available in all IITs and NITs and almost all well-established engineering private colleges. So it is a most prestigious, most dynamic work style. You have to work in every field, from aerospace to bridge. Everything, even which comes under civil engineering, which comes under electronics engineering, any company, they need mechanical engineers, because mechanical is the basic framework. Infra framework will be provided by mechanical engineers. So most lucrative jobs will be available in car and vehicle industries, railways, aerospace industries like HAL, etc. Mineral and petroleum extractions like ONGC, CIL. CIL is Coal India Limited. So they also provide a good opportunity to mechanical engineering students. And then we come about power plants like NTPC, BHEL, and Tata Powers, Reliance Powers, Reliance Infra Limited also provides jobs to mechanical engineers. Then ISRO, DRDO. DRDO is branch of Defense Research, Department of Research and sorry, I'm forgetting the full form of this. And research and development of various international companies. Research scope is fair. Basically, the research scopes are in the field of engines, like you have to improve the efficiency of engine, you have to decrease wear and tear of engines, like this. You have to design models where car can have minimum air interference, like air obstruction. You can see that today's cars are almost like aerofoil. They do this because they want to pass the air smoothly and don't like to hinder the body of car, because if the air hinders the body of car, it will create lots of noise and also decrease the efficiency and in common terms mileage. The campus placement is very good in IITs, and in IITs it's moderate, like if out of 80 students in one NIT, 40 to 50 students will be placed in the core branches and rest have to go in IT sectors, like this. It depends on what you study. And in private colleges the campus placement is poor in mechanical field. So let us discuss about some syllabus. Design in design you have to study like what type of car should be, what should be the design of aeroplane, what should be the design of engine so that it undergo less wear and tear. Then operation and maintenance of machines and their components. Operation you have to check out that what is the amount of wear and tear of a machine across a period of time. You have to also check where nuts and bolts are getting loose, etc. Thermodynamic process, this is the most fascinating things and most toughest thing, I say, because you have to deal with various thermodynamic principle, and ideal thermodynamics and real thermodynamics has lots of difference. So refrigeration, turbo machinery, engines, power plants, everywhere thermodynamics is used, and that's where mechanical engineering comes into action. Then industrial planning and control, this is more over managerial jobs, like you have to see what are the elements you have available, you have to plan with that, and you have to check cost cuttings, etc. Modern mechanics includes mechatronics, robotics, advanced material science. In mechatronics it is a combination of mechanical and electronics, and you have to design like suppose a motor is having torque of 20 newton meter, then what should be the size of limb, what should be the degree of freedom provided with what number of motors, etc. Robotics is the similar part of mechatronics. The only thing is robotics is more about electronics and less about mechanical. Basically in institutes robotics and mechatronics both are kept under the syllabus of mechanical, and they are not in electronics basically. But moreover the functioning and the beauty of robotics lies under electronics engineering. We shall discuss about electronics further. And then advanced materials like you have to design, you have to discover new materials for your aerospace devices so that they can sustain less pressure of outside and high pressure of inside the machines. They could sustain high temperatures, like many machines go underground under the earth, many machines go out of the earth's atmosphere and they have to face the flares of suns. There are plethora of scopes in advanced materials. The state of art engineering includes sustainability of engineers, continuum mechanics. I don't have much idea about continuum mechanics. Please search the Google. Medical devices and equipments, noise and vibration controls. In noise and vibration controls, you have to discover some techniques like you can see everywhere the rubber washer is used with machineries, and some phones or double sockets are used to keep the engines on some platform. This is called damping of noise. They do this because they have to reduce the noise produced by engines, first thing, and second thing is that they have to reduce wear and tear. If a machine is creating more noise, it means it is less efficient, because the power you are providing with diesel, petrol or electricity is getting converted into noise. Obviously the efficiency is getting reduced because some power is getting lost in some unnecessary things. Also it increases the wear and tear of machines and medical devices. Moreover, you have to enroll in design part, because you know the movement of machines, movement of body, and you have to incorporate both the movement of machines inside the body, because your machine should be flexible so that it does not irritate the muscle inside your body. It's then electrical engineering. This is the most fascinating branch I would ever like. In electrical engineering, you will get the answer of most exciting questions like how can we move the things without touching it? How can we transfer the energy without physical movement? You have seen the electricity. Electricity can be transferred without any contact of wire. When you are receiving some signal through antenna, basically you are receiving some electrical energy. There is difference between electrical and electromagnetic energies. Basically electrical engineering deals with the engineering section in which we deliver high power like 200 volts, 300 volts, basically in between that, to 20 to 30. Then it rises up to some lakhs of volts, and frequency is nominal like 50 hertz, 60 hertz. This is used to create magnetic fields and rotate the rotor. You can see here, here it is shaft, here it is a stator, here it is the phases of input, and this is the rotor inside which rotates. This is the coils which produce magnetic field through the static electric currents, and this dynamic magnetic fields rotates the rotor. So this is fascinating thing and most job providing branch, you can say. You will get a scopes in automobiles, railway, and power stations. Power stations usually require I mean the 50% of a scope will be for electrical engineers, and 20% for mechanical, 20% for civil engineers, and rest is for all computer science and electronics instrumentations. So power stations provide good scope for electrical engineers. So DRDO is a defense research and development organization. I was forgetting the full form at that time. DRDO also provides good scope for electrical engineers, because electrical engineers have work about like if a cruise missile is going to be launched, the electrical engineers see the viability, how its control will be delivered, how the electronic systems are basically uh, given to electrical engineers. You also get a scope in NASA, all engines and launch vehicle systems, but there is a citizenship issue. You should be American to work in NASA, or you should have some reference of the inner scientists of NASA, so you can get the job there. So let us discuss about syllabus. Syllabus in IIT have electronics and communication mixed inside electrical engineering branch, and that's why I was discussing more about electronics things also in the electrical branch, and widely varies with elective subjects. So you will get elective subjects in fourth year and one elective subject in third year also, and you can see your admission brochure of IITs. You will get a whole detail there. The main syllabus of electrical engineering includes generation, distribution, and uses of electrical powers. In this, the power grid comes into action. Whole the dams and power grid distribution sectors, recruit electrical engineers and hold the dams means the dam company, and then you have to check out about electrical machines, power system and electronics, industrial instrumentation. I'm sorry. So electrical machines, motor, generator, etc. You will have three different types of machines: AC, DC. In AC you have to deal with single phase and triple phase. In power system you have to deal with high voltage systems. In electronics, the basic control systems of the devices. In industrial instrumentation you have to deal with how much power is flowing in which section, and you have to control the amount of current, amount of voltages, check out the failures in different sections and repair it section wise. The modern syllabus includes microprocessor interfacing, robotics, PLC, programmable logic controls, and control theory implementation. Basically, control theory is the most fascinating thing in whole electrical engineering, because in control theory you shall learn that how you can use your machines. Like, even if you have made a motor, you don't have much flexibility to control its speed, control the torque to be generated by this. Only control theory will provide you the basics and more flexibility of using a machine. It's basically deal with the negative feedback algorithms, so that take some output and feed it back into the machine, and machine will automatically detect the error and it will automatically correct itself. So machine will start behaving like humans, like we understand our future works with reference of our past works. So its control system is the most fascinating thing. I can discuss more about this in some further videos. Then combination with electronics. In IITs you will get more opportunity. In NITs you will get some basic opportunity and less flexibility. But you have to study analog electronics, digital electronics, then analog communication and digital communications, harmonic elimination technique. Harmonic elimination technique is basically noise elimination techniques, because whenever you start any machine, you have some fundamental frequency. Like, if you want to rotate a motor at 50 hertz, you are providing the 50 hertz electricity, and the rotor will start with that frequency. You can multiply the frequency with adding some more poles. You have studied about this in class 12th. But the problem will lie in a real world. Like, if you are giving 50 hertz, the motor will have all multiples of 50 hertz frequency, like 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 200, sorry, 250, and then 300, 350. So you have to eliminate the higher harmonics so that your motor can perform smoothly. Higher harmonics will cause more wear and tear of the machines. You have to also deal with the signal processing. Signal processing is basically used for image processing and wireless communication. But the elimination of harmonics in the motors can also be categorized under signal processing things. Now let us discuss about civil engineering. You can see a stadium in background, and you can see this is what a Baha'i temple, I think. But this, all the beautiful creatures are designed by civil engineers. This is also available in all IITs and NITs, and you are having very good job scope, especially related to infra. You make infra, you make future. Yes, this is very beautiful statement, because everything is based on civil engineers. So you are responsible to construct buildings, roads, bridges, sewage, railways. Then mineral and petroleum extraction companies also need you, like ONGC, CIL, NTPC, IOCL, everywhere. NTPC is the power generation company. Urban and rural planning management, etc. In this management you have to discuss about waste management, the water outlet systems, drainage systems, etc. Most demanded in government jobs in India, US, China, because these are the countries where You can see the most developments occur every day to day life. Research scope to increase the strength and reduce the budget. So basically there is not much research scope, but you can work like how you can design the building so that it can be more resistive to corrosion, more resistive to earthquakes, and it should more provide more flexibility in less cost. So it's fascinating thing, but you will have less scope of research. You have to do more conventional things, and you can earn lots of money in civil engineering, of course. The campus placement is medium in IITs, not very well, and in slightly low in NITs. I mean, even lesser than IITs, and then in private colleges almost no placement in civil engineers. Sorry, civil engineering. Then softwares to be used. You shall be mainly using Autodesk. Autodesk you will find many different things. Autodesk Fusion, Autodesk Inventors, like those things. Mechanical engineers also use Autodesk. For they use for machine designing. You shall have to use for constructions of buildings, etc. And you have to study about the strength of material and structures. This is very tough part of your studying. Effect of weather, this is very easy part. Future planning, humans force, like you can see the constructions in sea in Arabian countries, and you can also see Mumbai has also extended itself in sea. So human is forcing itself in different areas, and you have to make it viable. Then urban and rural planning, transportation, water flow, I have discussed this. Construction of dams, schools, temples, churches, bridges, whole thing. Every infra you can see in the world. This is your responsibility to do if you are civil engineers. And then contouring and labeling. Contouring is basically finding different points at same height. This is a broad definition. You can deal with more contouring works inside the your canvas part, like is having one contour. You can see the stadium. Other parts like this brighter parts are having another contour, then this lower part shall have another contour system and labels. One important work is waste management, and which refers to pollution control. You should discuss this very with the utmost focus, because if you are living this, you are living the earth in the garbage, and many engineers are doing this. But if you are a future engineer, do a study waste management clearly, and you have to give more focus in your job on this topic only: pollution control and waste management. United Nations, WHO, and state government companies are working for waste management things. So it is very important. The pollution is causing lots of diseases all around. Now let us discuss about electronics and communication engineering. This is available in only one IIT BHU, and maybe in parts you can see in other IITs, but as far as I know, it's available in IIT BHU, and it is available in almost all NITs, and almost all private colleges provides you a scope for electronics and communication engineering. So very few jobs in India in both government and private sectors. High risk of falling into IT sectors. Like in my branch, only 3 to 4 students are working in core electronics section, and almost 70 plus students are working in IT sector. That's why I kept this branch whole in IT sector, because most of the student flow towards IT jobs. In IT jobs, the salary is not bad, but you should go through IIT or NIT. From private colleges, if you are going in IT sector, you will gain no respect. Let us discuss about jobs. About 200 jobs will be per year through UPSC and GATE, while power companies and railway will provide you job. Railway is taking the job through UPSC, and other PSUs will take you through GATE. sorry, it should be capital GATE, Graduate Aptitude Exams. Another thing is AIATC will be providing job without interview. AIATC will provide the job without interview from the next notifications onward of 2017, and rest will take the very heavy interview. I mean, the interview of ISRO, DRDO and BARC are the most famous interview in the technical sector in the India. So you should have prepared very well your core parts of electronics and communication fields both. Power plants like NTPC, BHEL, Tata Powers provide you job, but they provide very minimal job, like 8 to 10 jobs per company, and they are not much regular. And jobs in DRDO, ISRO, BARC is also very less. You will get almost 20 to 30 jobs per year. AIATC is not regular, BSNL is also not regular, and their salary is also very low. So nuclear research area, BARC and PCIL. The BARC is Bhava Atomic Research Center and PCIL is Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited. So both work sometimes in a cohesion and sometimes separately. So if you are going in nuclear field, you you will have three companies in famous like BARC, NPCIL and TIFR. TIFR is Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, and previously it was owned by Tata, which is private company. Now it is under government. In NASA you are having some scope, but there again the citizenship issue. Research scope is very broad, but only in some IITs, IISc and in foreign institutes. You are not having much scope in India. In automobile sectors also, electronics is having very less scope in India. You can see every car, every flight, everywhere electronics is extensively used. Also wireless communication is extensively used, like with remote you can open in the doors of cars. With tablets or mobile phone you can locate your car, you can lock your car if it is theft by someone. So electronics and communication is having extensive used. It is also used for transport managements. I shall discuss it in future future videos. Campus placement is good in IIT, moderate in NITs, and in core job you will have very less scope, but in IT sector 100%. Then softwares to be used: MATLAB, Multisim, various programming interfacing software. Like if you are using microcontrollers, you will get the job. Sorry, you will get the programming softwares through microcontroller. Like Atmel provide, Philips provides, PIC provides you software for that. Languages, machine language is very necessary and it is basic. Even Intel programmings are done with machine languages. This is very tough, cumbersome thing, but you have to do this. Then C, C++, optional languages are Java, Python. Java, Python are very easy things. Python is a absolutely easy thing. Java is little bit tough, and C, C++ are more basic than these two languages, so more tougher than that. Flexibility is less, so it becomes tough. And then let us discuss about what we should study. So it starts with electronic devices and circuits, then analog and digital circuits. In electronic devices you have to discuss about how MOSFETs work, how the Zener diodes work, how you can regulate the voltages. In analog and digital circuits you shall be using the electronic devices, and these are intermingled branch if you are studying thoroughly. Then analog and digital communication. Analog communication was what you were using in old days. Now everything has switched to digital communication, from your mobile to your TV channels. Everything is now on digital communication. Digital communication uses more bandwidth, but more the flexibility of controlling the signals. That's why digital communication came into picture. Then control system is integral part for three branches: electrical engineering, electronics and communication engineering, and mechanical engineering. Aerospace engineers also use that thing. And one thing I didn't discuss about aerospace engineers deal with like launch vehicle systems of different satellites, then missile guidance systems also. These are intermingled branches. Like if you are studying aerospace, your half part will be mechanical and another half will be electronics and electrical stuffs, more electronics stuffs. Network theory is the simple one. Like if you are connecting wire in different forms, how the current will flow, how the voltages will divide. Uh, you will discuss about how much power will be delivered to which branch, and based on that you have to choose various resistances and capacitors, how much time it to passage takes in passaging of different types of frequencies. DSP is digital signal processing. You will be extensively using, like the background image you can see, this is blurred. This is part of digital image processing. You use the neighboring pixels to blur some pixels. You can reduce the size of images through digital signal processing. You can enhance the size of images. You can enhance the quality of image through signal processing. Digital signal processing also come into pictures in satellite communication, broadcasting of TV channels, etc. Noise is something that disturbs your signal. There is some difference in mechanical noise and the noise which we study in electronics and communication. Mechanical noise is something like you hear more, and the meaningless form of vibrations here is mechanical noise, but the meaningless form of signals you can see in image, or you are hearing in received signals, electromagnetic signals basically. Those are the I mean random noise, which comes under the section of electronics and communication engineering. So you shall be studying about how to enhance signal to noise power ratio, and you shall be studying about how to optimize your machine so that it gains minimum noise. In your TV system you have seen the noise feature. The some TV provides flexibility to reduce the noise manually. Then electromagnetic systems, antenna, radar, these are the most important topic of electronics and communication engineering. These are basically tough thing but most important. In this you can study that whenever you deliver power to some uh, suppose simple wire, not 100% power is delivered. Some power is reflected back and it can hurt your device. It reduces the efficiency of your generating signal generating device. So I'm sorry, wait. Most fascinating thing. I shall discuss about electromagnetic systems and antenna in further. Interest-based study includes robotics, automation system, computer and mobile hardwares, and hence the hardware level security, antenna efficiency, 4G, 5G, voice over LTE, etc. Quickly complete about computer science engineering. So let us begin. Sorry. So computer science engineering is also available in all IITs and NITs, and it provides very few jobs in government, and it is booming in private sectors. Like you will be having very large amount of jobs and very good pay packages for computer science engineers, provided you are studying honestly. And then let us talk about jobs. UPSC is having no scope in civil services and engineering services exams. I mean, you can appear for civil services exam, but there is no optional subject for computer science. You have to choose some other branch. Then some PSUs take through GET, especially for website management. BSNL and other telecom companies also recruit through and their own exams basically, but their payments and perks are very less. You will not be satisfied with them. And then Ministry of Home Affairs, they provide a good job. Actually, they also take through UPSC exams, but they require very high degree, especially uh, minimum they want MTech, and they generally need a PhD students, and they should have a very good research background. MIT, I left this in electronics section too. The MIT is Ministry of Information and Ministry of IT and Technology. So it is basically um, newly formed. It is meant to deal with the information technology sectors, and to provide jobs and data analysis of different ministries of government. So MIT is also providing very good job, very respected job, you can say. Then research scope, it's very broad, especially the researches will be done in ethical hacking, automation, data analytics, and cryptography. Ministry of Home Affairs lacks this. If you want to enter into UPSC or Ministry of Home Affairs, you want to be working with IB, you should deal with this cryptography. Cryptography is basically securing all online and offline data. I mean, all digital data. Any type of digital security can be kept under the cryptography. Then work areas, mainly if you are going to PSUs, the work area will be website, software app development, parsing codes. Parsing codes means you have to make program for suppose Android, iOS, and Windows phones. Just define your statements in any one language and parse the language, parse your code in all programming languages. The app will be made in all. Campus placement chances, it's very good in IIT and NIT. You can get about more than metallurgy, geology, and geophysics. Geology and geophysics I prefer over metallurgy, because geology and geophysics students are having more scopes in UPSC, as well as through GATE they are having more prestigious jobs. But the difficulty is that the geology and geophysics are very rare branches, and it is found in ISM Dhanbad and at Kharagpur, Madras, and I think in NIT Rourkela. Metallurgy is available in more colleges, but metallurgy is not as demanded as geology students. This is basically not a tech degree. You will be getting MS dual course or jobs. As I said, geology is most demanded in UPSC services examination. Geology is available as optional subjects. Then geological services is a special exam conducted by UPSC. Then when you will enter into the UPSC's website, ORA, ORA, online recruitment. Under ORA, you will get many job openings, but you need to have a master degree or PhD degree for that. A scope is very good once you enter into IIT, taking these two branches. So, mining, petroleum industries recruits you. Metallurgy is having lesser scope than geology and geophysics, but they are also having very good scope in NASA and remember the citizenship issue. Then research scopes, finding and discovering low cost material, guessing, estimating for the minerals based on various historical observation. I mean, suppose you know in some region coal is found, then you can guess that diamond can also be found, because diamond and coal are the allotropes. The only thing you need to guess that where in that location the pressure was much higher than the formation of coal can transform into diamond when pressure is much higher, pressure and temperature. So you have to guess it based on various data collected near about that areas. Campus placement chance moderate in IITs and negligible in NITs. And for information, GATE conducts exams for metallurgy and geology both. Geophysics is applicable under geology. Now some other fields like mining and geology are having many things common. And petroleum and geology are also having many things in common. The only thing is the petroleum engineering students mainly get their job in seashore areas, because petroleum is generally found in seashore areas. Exception is some, there some history is there if required in future. I dealt with it, someone with mechanical engineering. This is a not much job giving branch. Avoid if you are getting something other than this. Instrumentation also does not provide much job, but getting electron instrumentation with some other branch, then you can choose this branch. Agriculture engineering are having more scope in UPSC, and bank jobs sectors are always recruiting agriculture officers, and they are having very good job openings, like 100 in one bank. On an average you can see about 500 vacancies for agriculture engineers if you are studying properly per year. Biotech, biomeds, etc. are not much. Yes, for higher education you can prefer JNU and CSIR in biotech and biomed branches. The textile and pulp and paper are not fascinating branches. You can find it in IIT Delhi and some rare IITs. You can take this if you are planning to teach further in future. I mean professor jobs, but these are not a good job with respect to social respect. And then defense and MHA, most exciting sectors for engineers. In defense, army, air force, navy are the three sectors. You can find each and every job amazing. Navy is especially providing more scopes for engineering research. Like Navy is having tie-up with BARC, TIFR, and you will get immense research opportunity in Navy, and you can spend your whole life researching the higher technology for defense purposes. Air Force is a little bit lesser. Like you can see, the most of the parts of Air Force are purchased from foreign, but Navy has become indigenous to large extent. Intelligence Bureau, National Investigation Agency, and they also need electronics and communication engineers. So if you are electronics and communication engineer, you can dive upon this fields, but these are risky. They need very highly qualified persons, and they need your experience. Take this accordingly. Well, I want to some discuss here the works, like collecting data, like what terrorists are talking, what they are sharing on their phone. You have to crack their phone. I mean, technically crack down the of their phone and collect data from there. And suppose terrorists are talking on some satellite phones, you have to crack down the uh, whatever they are talking. You have to first receive their signal. I mean, you have to recognize the frequencies at which they are talking. You can understand decryption as, suppose I have to send something like man, then I can send man as like this. So you have to decrypt this, like you should take your image, then you can read the actual data. This type of work is called decryption. There are another types of encryption like hashing. In hashing, you code this data with some other data, like suppose one and a dollar symbol, then you code some another random data with this, suppose has 5, then you transmit this whole data. So you have to reduce this redundant data and find out this data, then you have to convert this data in this form. Such type of works are called decryption. This fascinating thing, once you get into the computer science engineering or electronics engineering, you will be working on this. Especially these are the courses in master degree, not in bachelor degree. Securely inform your officers. You have trapped the data from the terrorists, but your data must not be trapped by the terrorists. So you have to make some other security algorithms and pass it to your officers or subordinates wherever required. Then making new machineries, like you have to develop some new technology, either software or hardware, so that your data must remain safe. No one can hack into your missile devices, your intelligence actions, your intelligence data. So you have to develop updated algorithms. You have recently heard about WannaCry ransomware. These people work different from that type of things. I'd enjoy the perks. You will be having very beautiful perks in these sectors because you are working very tough. Such type of jobs are not being done in other sectors. Companies like Google enjoy these jobs. Then what's in ISRO and NASA? ISRO especially takes EC engineers and mechanical engineers. Mechanical engineers, you can understand yourself, like for engine works, launch vehicle works, and EC engineers for control system engineering, the operating through remote sensing data, satellites, image processing, etc. NASA is also having similar jobs like ISRO, but NASA has delved deeply. Let us resume. Uh, NASA is also having similar kind of works, but they are also delving in geological field, like suppose they are going on some another satellite or some planet, then they wants to study what type of atmosphere is there, what type of rocks are available on the mountains of that planet or satellite. So they are also doing geological work and chemistry related works, because identification of properties of material is part of chemistry. Almost all branches are extensively used there in NASA, like why EC and mechanical and electricals are used. Computer science is also required because in every communication with the artificial satellites and our Earth station is done through digital communication. Computers are also used, so they need every branch, but the only thing is they need highly qualified engineers, and you can go there as an intern, or you can go there as an employee. For being an employee, you need a citizenship. Thanks for bearing with my thick voice, friends. Please like and share and do comment, and do ask any question if you are having. I will be happy to help you.